Man, what's going on, everybody? Man, this is a special edition of the Blueprint Table podcast. Man, it's your boy B.
It's your boy Fishy Go Getter.
It's Q. Man, you already know what time it is, man. The reason why I said that today is a real special episode is because we have a special guest here, man. His name is Keir Thomas. Him and I went to high school together. He is a automotive sales professional with over $1 million in sold merchandise, y'all. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about automotive. We're going to talk about finance. We're going to talk about options, stocks, man. We just going to get into it, man. How y'all feeling today? How y'all doing?
Feeling great, man. We feeling great, man.
Keir, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Pleasure to be here, man. I mean, I just want to say thank you. Definitely, I've been watching since y'all dropped, and when I tell you, all I see is constant, just progress and good information for the community. It just, it's what we need, man. I was telling B, like, when we was growing up, we didn't have a lot of like people telling us about stocks and stuff like that. So, like, just to have that as a resource is a good thing, man.
Man, much love. You already know what time it is, man. So, first, we kind of already got into how me and Keir, met. I want to throw this out here. Me and Keir went to a performing arts high school, man. I'm talking about High School Musical vibes, y'all. I ain't even joking, man. I'm talking about, honestly, yeah, I was about to say we did have gym class, but like we didn't have to take certain electives. Like I never had to take like wood shop or like art class or nothing like that in high school, bro. It was just music. Keir, he was a vocal major, so I was instrumental, and then he was vocal. But then a senior year, I was double, so I did vocal and instrumental. So I used to be up in his vocal classes.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh yeah. We've been in productions together. We did our senior year of high school. We did Dreamgirls, and he played Eddie Murphy's character, Jimmy. Jimmy got soul. Jimmy got soul. Hey, listen, come on. You remember that?
That was dope, bro. Like, cause I never did a play before. So like my senior year, I had got a lead role, and when they tell you like, yo, bro, you feel like a star. Like people at the end of the journey, they're like, oh, can I get your autograph? I'm like, man, we was
on the news, everything. I'm not joking. It was crazy. It was nuts. Oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy. But it's even crazier to have this conversation now. 10 years removed. Technically, this is our 10-year. High school graduation anniversary this year. You get what I'm saying? And to be here, he's living in Houston, Texas. Been in the automotive industry for 7 years?
Like 7, 8 years going on.
Yep, going on 8 years. And myself to be out here in Seattle, Washington, doing what I'm doing in real estate and public infrastructure. It's just amazing, man, to even be able to have this conversation. So,
I'm go proud of you, bro. Because like I ain't gonna lie, like you see your people back in high school, like you like, man, like but bro, like when I see you constantly just hustling new ways, bro, just doing different things, bro. Like that's what it's all about. Like I got a whole bunch of friends back from high school, bro. We was popular back in high school, like, bro. Our school had like 10 dudes and like 1 million girls. So it was like
yeah, see.
We all do each other. Like all the dudes do each other. It was crazy.
Hold on. Now, just for the conversation, just because we able to talk how we want to real quick, and we gonna get into the business. The breakdown of the high school was it was vocal majors, instrumental majors that made up the musical department. Then we had a theater department and a communications department with people who was doing. We had our own, news channel and everything. Every single day, newscast, whatever. Then we had the art majors. You get what I'm saying? But then we had them dance majors. You get what I'm saying? And between the vocal and the dance, yeah, plenty of ladies.
Hold on, that was 4 years.
Oh yeah, for all 4 years. Yeah, that school went from 5th grade. Some of them people.
Yeah, I went there since 5th grade, so I was there for a minute.
He was living in High School Music.
But his whole life, so we live his music stuff.
For a bit of context, where you guys go to high school at?
Oh man, you already know. Shout out the Buffalo Academy for the Visual and Performing Arts High School, man. PA. You already know what time it is, man. Shout out Performing Arts. We went to PA. You already know what time it is. So but yeah, let's get into it. Man. So we got a couple of pertinent topics, and I think I want to start out actually talking about these electric vehicles because some news just dropped today. As everybody knows, or if you didn't know, anybody who owned a vehicle, and I don't know how long it was for a few years going, got a $7,500 tax credit if you were an owner of an EV or if you purchased the EV. Now, that tax credit has gone away, and it does look like a couple of EV car distributors are actually correcting their prices, and people are still able to get those savings a little bit. I saw one news clip that Hyundai was doing it, and then literally just today, Tesla announced their new, was it Model Y?
Yeah.
Yep, their new Model Y, that's coming in just under $40,000. So let's talk about EVs real fast, man. I don't know if anybody want to jump in there, or are we just gonna get Keir involved in the conversation?
Keir, I would love to know your input, man. As you being an automotive salesman, man, what's your take on EVs, man? What are you seeing right now?
Well, I mean, like you have your EV customer, but then you have people who don't even want to get involved with EV at all. They're like, no way. So I'm seeing a lot of like the especially like with Lexus, Toyota, we kind of changing a lot of things to hybrid. We kind of perfected the hybrid system with the Prius. So like uh it's really nothing to worry about in that area. But like far as EV, fully electric, it's a tough combo right now because I just feel like with me being in Houston, like we really don't have the infrastructure. Like so like say if it's a tornado or something like and we like you can't charge your car, your house is the last tornado we had, I actually had to stay in my car because like my house was so hot, because it gets so humid here. So it's a lot of things with EV like that we have to be ready for. Like I honestly think it's if you know you can accommodate it into your life, like far as like having to charge the car and yeah, it's good. And then another thing with EV, like companies, they offer the most incentives for EV. Like for regular like Lexus, we have no incentives. Like it's just you want the car or you just leave. Like it, but like you go to like Hyundai, they like yeah, 75 rebate. It's so much rebates and everything to get you in the car. So I do see. I like that feature because we got a EV car nobody buys, but it's our only car we have at 0% interest. But they just try. I feel like they're just trying to get it out. Like the range is terrible. So I don't know. EV is it's I I don't
It's
know.
up and down. Well,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that perspective though, because he actually when he spoke on the infrastructure, we could talk a little bit about because like we said, Nakir Thomas, he's out in Houston, Texas. We out here in Seattle, Washington, where actually the infrastructure is growing by the day. It seemed like you see Teslas all over the place. You see what's that new EV that's out? Is it Road Stars or something like that? I can't even.
Oh, the
Hollister,
Oh,
what is that? That's what it's called. Yeah, Hollister, whatever. Yeah, like I see EVs every single day, and all of these new build townhomes and these new build houses are having EVs just built right into them, whether you have an EV or not. A lot of developers are starting to put them in. So it's interesting to hear that down in Texas, it seems like the EVs are not. As easy to have, you know what I mean, because the infrastructure just isn't there. Yeah,
people love their like out here. People love their V8 engines.
they like
Like
their trucks.
yeah, they're like, why they get rid of the V8? That's their question.
That's too
Like,
funny.
yeah,
So then, what is your perspective then? So Kier kind of gave his perspective, but like, where do y'all see, the electric vehicle market going? It does look like people are correcting their prices.
Well, I would say like if it varies state to state, maybe like somewhere in Seattle with the prices, I mean, it'll be pretty low, but I wonder if since they don't make that many sales in like somewhere like you in Houston, right?
hmm
You in Houston, so maybe they'll lower the price or even add an incentive in Houston
Mhm.
versus in Seattle, maybe they'll just keep it at a better price.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with what Q said. Especially like here, open up my mind to the fact that it's different in different states, right? So with us being in Seattle, I mean, we see EVs everywhere. I mean,
Everywhere.
it's so
Yeah.
familiar to me to the point where I myself, I know when I get my car, I'm getting an EV, right?
Yeah.
So it's just so normalized out here to the point where, you know, if you don't have an EV, you feel like you don't fit in. But I think it's a growing economy. Obviously, the infrastructure needs to be equipped in all the right places. But as far as like especially like major cities, I see EV being a thing that's going to be used more. I see a lot more companies um adopting EV. Um, so I think it's growing for sure, especially if we get those companies from China, right, and other countries. There'll be more options and cheaper options. Something I'm noticing about EVs as well is the fact that they're making it accessible. Just like
Yeah.
with Tesla, they just came out with, you know, with it being 40,000, less than 40,000. So it's accessible to people. And yeah, so I think it'd be growing for sure.
Yeah, I can see it growing on a large scale too. But you know, as fast as things are in our lifetime, I think that what we're actually seeing is that, you know, certain things don't necessarily take for everybody. You get what I'm saying? So we are kind of in this like microwave economy where like we think that things take really quickly, but stuff like electric vehicles or like, you know, virtual reality and augmented reality being like an everyday thing. And you get what I'm saying? It's still time before those things are just going to become commonplace everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The next thing we want to talk about, because on this podcast we talk about the economy all the time. You being a car salesman, I feel like car salespeople are the first to be affected when the economy goes up and when the economy goes down. When interest rates was super low a couple years ago, y'all was probably selling cars. I'm talking about you ain't even had to do nothing, and people was coming on the lot buying cars. And then I remember during COVID, or was it shortly after COVID, man? I don't know if there was a chip shortage or what happened, and you might be able to speak on it. But something with those used vehicles went up crazy. You get what I'm saying? And everybody was buying up used cars. You almost couldn't keep a used car on the lot. You know, now on the flip side, what are you kind of seeing right now? Because we always talk about, you know, it seemed like the economy is kind of about to go into a little bit of a downswing. You know, what are you seeing, you know, on the car lot? Like, I mean, how are your numbers going like this year compared to like maybe a couple years ago?
Definitely drastic change. Like you said, like man, during the pandemic, people was walking in like we like, all right, cool. So we can get you approved 10,000 down. They like, dude, I got 20. What are you talking about? Like it was like it was a time. Like I ain't gonna lie. The pandemic, man, it was a good time to sell cars. Like I feel like you could just literally all you had to do was just be there and you would sell a car. But like what I'm seeing now is like we got to get back into like really actually selling, like and like 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 the full process of selling and then not cutting no corners and actually like responding back to a lead fast because like the way how the internet work is, bro, they can find somewhere to go so quick and like it's like you really got 5 minutes or 10 minutes to get it off. Like, all right, listen, the car's here, this is my name and everything because like I feel like the customers it's so it's like you can go on the internet and say cheapest price this and go there quick. Like I literally watch people sit in front of me and be on Google looking up other prices and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah,
Just
like
so they can, throw it back in your face, like, okay, what is
yeah, like try to
hey, down
shop
the street they selling this Lexus for 17, and you telling me it's 21.
exactly. And so
Yeah.
where my company is going is like they doing a lot of like analytics, looking at like what's the worst part of the car buying process. And I guess they said negotiating. And it's like, I kind of like negotiating. I think I'm a good negotiator. But the way how their website just discounts the car itself, especially like for used cars right now. A lot of banks don't want to finance used cars. They do finance them, but it's like a high APR. New cars, like because I work for Lexus, we don't have any like good like we're not offering 0% on none of our cars, like because we know the value in our cars, like the longevity. You're gonna look good and it's gonna be reliable. So that's what's I don't know. But I feel like I'm kind of went everywhere with it. But man, what I'm
No,
seeing,
no, no.
like,
That's what we actually want. We want that type of perspective because what I was going to ask you actually was that, like, in the situation where your market is starting to, or like your sector is starting to go up and down and it's fluctuating, you know, the people who sell the most cars, even during a downturn, it's like, what are they doing? And to me, it sounds like you said, one is your product. If you're selling a quality car, quality cars are going to sell even in a down year, is
yeah.
what it sounds like.
Yeah, no, and that's why I kind of got lucky, man, because like Lexus kind of sell itself. Like the they don't drop in value as much. Like for instance, like I had a client the other day. He bought a brand new like 2025 BMW 5 Series. uh it was like 60 grand or something out the door. When he came to trade the car in, we offered him like 35 or 48. So like just that quick.
How soon after he bought it?
It was like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It
Two
lost
weeks.
almost half its value in 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks. And then like if you buy a Lexus, you could like literally sell it for the same price that you bought it for. But it's I don't know
I was gonna say we got a couple car. I almost kind of want to hear it.
I mean, because Lexus is like a high quality Toyota. So
Yeah.
I mean, they last. They really last.
My mom grew up driving. I've been in a whole bunch of different Lexuses. That's all my mom had growing up. She just went from her Lexus hybrid to a Toyota RAV4. But Lexus, when I first started driving, I was driving her car.
Okay, I never drove a Lexus before.
Lexus and that hybrid Lexus was probably it was 2014. It was very luxurious. It was a very luxurious feel, man. I ain't never drove no car like that when I was.
You gotta be kidding! More than the beans, because me and
Yeah.
you actually was just talking about that, wasn't we?
Yeah,
Man, when you get a BMW or a Benz, they depreciate right off the lot. Even if it's an AMG or an M3 or whatever, it's like
That's
sorry,
crazy.
and it's hard to get banks to like actually like finance those cars. Like I get more chance of a person with bad credit getting approved on a Honda or Toyota than actual like a Mercedes or BMW. Like I know I have no chance. But like what the bank is looking at, like, all right, will this car last the life of the loan? Because if it don't, then the person just gonna default on the payments and then the car just go is just bad. So they like shit. We want to make sure that the car's good so that we could, if they do default on the payments, we want to make sure we can get the car back, running back through the auction. So to you know what I mean, and then keep the money just recycling. But like I don't know.
Yeah,
Those what
That's crazy.
They do become like a liability though when you start to get into those expensive cars because
Yeah,
once it comes for maintenance every month, shoot, who knows? Could be 500 a month just for the maintenance. That's including the car payment. So and the gas on.
Bro, you're actually teaching me something. I'm like,
that's why she was calling Lexus affordable luxury. She always said that growing up. She always said, she didn't want to get that BMW or the Benz yet because yes, you can afford it, but it's about maintaining it, right? So luxury, you can get luxury with Lexus, and you can also maintain it for an affordable price. So
exactly.
that's-
So I always tell my customers, I say this is where luxury meets reliability.
yeah. It's really reliable, man. Just having this conversation is making me realize how reliable Lexus is. I mean,
hey, this is a Lexus ad, actually. Hey, yo, Lexus,
I had her 2014 hybrid for 2025 now. She just got rid of it last year. 10 years, I promise you, nothing wrong with it.
Oh
wow.
yeah, they last forever. They say it'll treat the way you treat it is the way it'll treat you. That's they treat you good. Yeah,
That's crazy. So I need to ask you this. It's a little bit early, but I still need to ask you just because we're on the topic of it. So then, if somebody wanted to get into the automotive industry as a salesperson, what would you recommend that they do? You get what I'm saying? So are you saying, okay, or actually, I don't even want to say, what are you saying? What would you recommend? If a young man come to you like, hey, man, I see what you're doing here. I want to sell cars. What would you tell them? Where would you point them to? What product would you point them to first? And what type of situation would you point them to?
Yo, this might sound hilarious, but I tell them to watch The Wolf of Wall Street and then be like, and then I
Wolf of
just
Wall Street?
watch the Wolf of Wall Street, because I'm not saying that the sales floor is like that, but it's like, you gotta really be in it, and for me, it's like I love the game. Like I love the sales game. I love the numbers game. I love to, wake up and just try. But because people will try to sell cars and then be like, bruh, ain't nobody buying our cars, but you only try for a month. You gotta it's a long game. Like you gotta sell for years, because like some days I'm just sitting there and I get a text like, hey, out the blue, they'd be like, hey, I'm looking for this. And then I'm like, oh shoot, and then that's my day started. I'm on a search, so it's not an overnight thing. Like you don't just you could like, don't get me wrong. I done worked at some car lots and it popped overnight for me. Like I was like, oh shoot, I'm selling, but sometimes it take time. You got to build up your pipeline, and you got to know that like you ain't days ain't gonna be all glitter and gold, but you gotta work hard and you gotta make phone calls. You can't just sit there and think it's gonna happen. So I would tell them to be ready to grind. and be ready to hear no, because like a lot of people can't
We
take
said that on
no.
our first episode.
Because I hear no like all day. No, no, no. I'm going to pull cars. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside. I'm pulling cars up, I'm popping the hood, showing all the features, going this, that, and the other. Sometimes people want to test drive 3 cars and still don't want to buy a car. So, it's really a grind. Like, and if you, as long as you're okay with hearing no, and you're willing to just treat every customer with integrity, like back to back. It's like Jordan. Like I do my process the same way every time, and I don't care who I'm sitting in front of, what they tell me, I'm gonna do my same thing every time. So yeah, it works.
So
Respect.
on a weekly basis, how many customers you think you go through?
Like
On a normal
sales.
week, just on a normal week.
Normal week.
Not, it don't got to be super good or super bad. Just on your
Uh,
normal basic week.
so I my goal sheet, the way how I do it is I do like a formula where I see how many people I should be talking to per day, and then right now it's 2.5. So I try to get in front of 2.5 people a day, like literally in my seat. Like
Respect. Two
whether
to three people a day is the goal. You already know.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's what is that? Anywhere between, I'm trying to do math, y'all. I'm bad. 10 to 15 people a week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Car people, y'all be working 6-7 days a week sometime though.
Yeah, so I say that, but sometimes I might run into like 5 people in one day, like just on the comment, like people, it's walking traffic too, so it gets crazy. And then I'm always in like the service center looking for deals, and just walking all around. It's uh People don't realize you can get deals just by just being in the dealership, like just being around. A lot of people, they like to hide and be in their car and stuff like that. I'm like, man,
Yeah, be in the back office. Yeah.
yeah, I'm in the field. I'm in the field. So honestly, bro, the best deals I ever had, I was just sitting there. People be like, "Yo, you work here?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, come on, let's go." Yo, but and then like, yo, you'll get some people at like the end of the day. They probably don't want the dealership after dealership, but when they meet me, it's a vibe. Like I'm like, man, let's just stop right here. Like if I could just get everything perfect how you want it, you'll just give me your business, and then I don't know, man. I know when people is just exhausted and they done with the car shopping experience, like especially like it'd be like with auntie, and he just like, man, just get her what she want. Goddamn, I just could tell. I could
That's what we
tell.
need. No, but I love that you said that, man. That's something that was taught to me in sales, man. Is that if you're a salesperson, you can't be afraid to ask for the sale. Like that's literally what that's called. After you do your discovery, you ask all the questions. They give you the answers. You present a couple of different options that fit. Right. Usually, it's kind of like a 3-prong. Usually, it's like, here's the absolute best, but it's probably out of your range. Here's well below, but it's not what you want. So then here's somewhere in the middle, but then you always got to ask for the sale at the end of the discovery.
That's why, yeah,
'Cause,
that's why I be saying ABC, like always be closing. Like once you figure out what closing is, you just trying to close everything. Like I'm closing everything. Like, I feel like sometimes my 7 8 year old he be closing me, but like
Like, Dad, I want that new toy.
nah, for real, like, he get me sometimes. Always be closing like people think like I remember I had this one manager. I worked at Mike Barney Nissan, and he was telling me like he was like. So I'm like, yo, I was telling him, like, man, they won't buy. I was telling him this, that, and the other. He looked at me, he said, so you want me to be the reason to tell your family why you can't feed them? And then once he said that, it clicked to me. I was like, man, I gotta make sure. Oh shit, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get these people to buy this car, cause like it just something clicked to me. Like, man, hell no, I ain't about to, But it do be like that, especially like when you're working in the world of just commission. It's like the pro of it is you can make the most money you ever made in your life, but the con of it is like, shoot, you don't sell nothing, you won't eat. So I'm gonna always ask for that sell. I just had a girl sit in front of me. She was like, I asked her, I'm like, so would you like to move forward? And she was like, no, no, no. I'm a person that I'm gonna do my research. And I said, I'm gonna always ask for that sale. Like every day.
And that's what we go do. Yeah, you go ask for the research, and I'm asking you, do you want to buy it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what it is, man. For real, for real.
Respect, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Did anybody else have anything before I go to the next?
I'm curious to know if there's a specific day throughout the week where you're likely to get some clients or some customers walk in. Like, is there a day you look forward to?
Saturday.
Mm.
Saturday is the day because everybody's off of work, and I'm
Hold on, you know,
always
Q is a barber. That's his day too. We try to do something
yeah.
on Saturday. He be
I'm
like,
prepping
"Listen,
for
bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Saturday.
Saturday's my day."
I'm like, I'm trying to set all my appointments on Saturday because
Yeah.
Saturday is like, all right, man, like this when the sales staff get all together, we have our sales meeting. They tell us like, all right, man, we doing hat tricks, spiffs, this, that, and the other. And like a hat trick is like, say you sell 3 cars in one day, then they pay you extra incentive, or like a spiff is like say they say you sell your appointment that come in or something like that. Yeah, put some extra money on top. So like I'm always looking out for Saturday.
Yeah.
Respect. And it's crazy because Saturday is usually a day where a lot of people like to just relax. You get what I mean? But if you're trying to get to that cash, you try to get to that money, usually that's the day where people are spending their money because they off of work. So if you a salesperson, don't be afraid to work on a Saturday. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah. Your
deserve what
Saturday
you
is
just
done.
said.
Your Saturday is done.
Like you ain't going to the movies, bro. You going to work.
Yeah, man. Like honestly, too. Like and that's another thing too. Like if you want to be in sales, you gotta realize like your time is kind of like limited because you gotta be there. And like, yeah, like today, I was off. This dude called me today. He like, hey, my license just got approved or whatever, because he moved here from Cambodia. So they gotta switch their license and stuff. But man, I'm off and I'm trying to relax and do things, but man, like you don't want to split a deal or
When
nothing.
that money calling, hey.
Hey, I'm right in. That's why I purposely like I work like 10 minutes away from my job because like I couldn't even imagine working like 30 minutes away and there's some money on the line and somebody like, oh man, I would just be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
real.
I mean, but that's what you said, even before. Another thing for salespeople, I mean, he's dropping jewels. You got to be present. If you selling something, you got to be where the deals is happening. You got to
Yeah,
be even
yeah,
with real estate and stuff. If I'm trying to sell houses, I need to be at open houses. I need to be in the field where buyers are going and looking at houses. You get what I mean? So I can be around. And same thing for anybody who's selling any sort of product or service. You got to be where the people are actually doing the business at. If you're not there, you're gonna miss opportunities. Let me ask you a couple questions, Keir.
yeah.
What's the biggest myth about car salesmen, man? A lot of people don't like car salesmen. I actually hate car salesmen. As soon as you walk in, sometimes you really just want to look at the car.
um, I would say like honestly like trust your car salesperson because like we don't have as much control over what the stuff that people think. Like a lot of the stuff it'd be self-sabotage. Like, you know what I mean? If you are a 520 credit score, you cannot come into the dealership making no calls. Okay. Like you just need to sit there and just figure out what just wait until the offer is presented to you because you don't have no leverage. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's always I don't know.
Okay, so now that let me piggyback that into another question. So right now, to a consumer, now I want you to speak directly to consumers. Who is the perfect consumer that does have the leverage where, okay, if they throw in their tail around in front of you, you actually hate them a little bit because you know that they got it? Is it just based off of credit? But it's a combination of credit and cash? What is that perfect consumer for them to put themselves in the most leverage position when they walk on the car lot?
Cash. If you can pay the cash for the car, then I mean, like, I can't say anything. Like, it just is what it is, you know. And a lot of times, those customers, their whole problem is they want the black with the green or whatever. They don't like, you know what I mean. That's what we are in there talking about. But because like what I'm noticing too is like if people with real money, like if it's no point of financing, they not going to finance the car. You know, like if they don't save them no type money, they're like, what's the point? We just buy this cash and get this done and over with versus making payments and having to pay extra money on whatever. So those type people who just have the money, yeah.
Respect, respect. Anybody else got anything before I move on to the next?
I guess I would like to understand why. Like, what about the guy with the cash makes you guys feel that way?
Well, because he can just buy it right there. You know what I mean? Versus he don't have to go through financing and like sometimes when you go through financing, I lose a lot of deals because like they'll go their bank is offering this rate and then they want to go through our bank and it's just a whole lot of bank rate talk. Which I always let my finance managers handle that, but I do lose a lot of deals due to the rates and shit like that. So sometimes when it's cash, I'm like, "Oh, you just write the check? All right, I try to hurry. There you go."
But I will also like obviously I'm not a car salesman, but I want to even just add into that too. Like probably the psychology of somebody who financing versus the psychology of somebody who got the cash to buy it. You can't do no sales stuff with them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they really can make the decision because they got the cash. Usually, if somebody has to finance it, you actually have a little more psychological power, I would assume, over them.
Yeah.
Because you already know negotiations is all in the mind, pretty much, right? You get what I'm saying? If you coming in and you already looking for a deal and you telling me as soon as you say, oh, what you want to pay per month, you probably know, okay, I got that guy. If they're negotiating based off of the month, how much they're gonna pay per month, that's
Oh yeah. Like I love a person who just want to talk payment. I'm like, all right, bet. Like we can go payment route. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what you're saying. Like versus a person who just like, yo, I got the cash. What can you do for me? It's like,
because they always gonna get. And then here's the catch: you gonna take that deal, like you just said. Even if he got all cash and the joint is at and the car's at 60, and he like, listen, I got 54 for you. You gonna say no to that deal?
I won't say no. No,
That's what I'm saying.
no. Honestly, it's because like, bro, like a lot of people think like we so that's another myth too. Like people think that car salesman is making like 10,000 plus profit on people, and that's not true. That like it's just not true.
Respect. Yeah, you making a marginal amount per car that you sell. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and it's like you know people will think that though. Like they're like, man, this dude just made like $20,000 on me. You're like, how? Like, bro, you think I'll be working here if I made $20,000 off you? Like for real. I don't know.
okay, so now I want to switch gears and start talking about the future of the automotive industry. You know, I know you guys got some competitors like Carvana. Amazon Autos is trying to grow up, and take over the automotive market with allowing people to buy cars just right off their phone. Like I know that right now they're just selling with just Hyundais right now, but Amazon is trying to start selling all type of cars where you can just in a click of a button get your financing, get everything, and buy it online and buy it on your car. So with tech and automation everywhere, what would the role of a car salesperson be in the next 10 years? Like, will the car salesman still be necessary in 10 years?
Yeah, it will because you got to think about this. You have your introverted person who don't really want to talk to people. They kind of really don't even want people even to see their finances. So that model works for that person. Then you have your people who are emotional and they are like real people and they cannot just think about a $40,000 transaction being all handled all through AI. I think that sometimes you have just people just like, no, I can't do that. And then I feel like this. So of course AI is gonna come into effect where they're gonna know how to close deals better than people. They're gonna know how to set appointments. They're gonna know how to do this. They don't sleep. AI is just gonna be 24/7 able to get business. But when a person actually wants to pick up the car, I feel like it'll probably be like delivery specialist type thing. Like the dealership will probably have like three associates and the AI will probably do all of like the dirty work far as marketing and getting prospecting, getting people in stuff like that.
Okay, respect. So you can actually see automotive professionals utilizing AI and actually letting AI help them sell more cars rather than being replaced by AI.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because it's just like AI don't talk back. AI just do what you want it to do, and it's like your intelligence mixed with its intelligence, and y'all can come up with a little bit of a formula and connect. It'll work, but if you just like people just be like, they type in Chat GBT, what today? Like no, like actually like try to like I talked to my Chat GBT like man, I had a client looking at this car, but what's a different car that in my inventory that you think I could switch them to and like stuff like that. I actually pay for the subscription to ChatGPT. Like I'm like heavily invested with the AI thing.
I
It
think we
helps.
all do. Right? Yeah.
So you on a consistent basis, like using ChatGPT, going through sales, and even like organizing some of your work.
Absolutely, all day. I'm like, I had a client come in. She was looking at this car. Can you help me write an email to try to engage her back into coming into the dealership? And like it helps me out like a lot. Like for real. I have seen my sales go up crazy because like last year I sold 110 cars. This year I'm already at like 150. So just by using AI and we got this thing called Podium that we use is AI it's like a text thing. So what I do is I can put it into the customer's number into Podium. The AI starts the conversation and then it'll let me know if it needs help. Like, hey, the customer wants to know is this car in stock and can you take a picture of the back seat? I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, yeah, but AI definitely helps.
Yeah, like you said, it's a formula. So, as long as you integrating AI with the work that you do on a day-to-day basis, it's only gonna take you further. So
That's right.
For sure. Sure. Yeah, yeah. We say this all the time on the pod. Like I think we are a pro AI pod, to be honest. You know what I mean? Pro people using AI rather than being afraid of it and allowing it to um uh, replace you. You got to use it to empower you. Because I agree. I agree. Yeah, the people who utilize it the best, it almost doesn't matter what field you're in. There are some fields that will kind of be wiped out, but there will be some nuances within that field that will be empowered. So try to make sure you're on that side. Um,
That's real.
I'm gonna skip down, man. I'm gonna skip down to be honest with you. Um, let me see here. So what does success look like in your field, 5 years from now? Like, are you still selling cars 10 years from now? Are you still selling cars 15 years from now? Well, what is your end goal within the automotive industry?
5 years from now, I think I'm gonna take a different approach and go into finance. Cause
Like
like
automotive finance or just
yeah, no,
finance
automotive
in general?
finance, like become like the
Okay.
finance manager, the person who handles the paperwork after the sale is done. Just really because like I I'm gonna be real, like it's hot in Texas, and I don't see me like running on a lot.
Staying outside in that Texas heat.
Yeah, yeah, like I don't see me running outside taking ups too long, doing that because like I do want to get better at sales, and I do want to move to finance in the future.
Respect, respect. So that's a good segue, y'all, because you already know we ain't talking about finance yet. We've been talking about cars this whole time. For anybody who doesn't know, Keir, he actually still dabbles in the finance realm and trades options. You get what I mean? Now, here on this pod, we talk about finance all the time. We talk about stocks, but we really haven't really talked about options like that. Um, let's talk a little bit about options. Can somebody tell me about options? Because to be honest with y'all, what is an option and how is that different than going to Robinhood and putting your bread into a stock?
Like here, you want to go ahead and break down options? If not, man, I got it.
Well, no, I'll let you break down more of the technical term of options because, like, the way how I got in options is just like, oh, I'm in options now. Like, this is what it is.
You really
Not,
discovered me.
not for real. It discovered me. Like, because I I like this stock called Palantir. Like, uh, what did it? So when you buy in a car cash at my dealership, we have to see your bank account, um, to see if you got the funds. Like if you're writing a check, then we got to see if you got the funds. So a lot of these funds come from like brokerage accounts, money markets, stuff like this. So I started to ask like people, like I'm like, oh, what is this? Like what, And they wasn't holding back. They were telling me like, hey man, you need to put your money into this and that. So like I got into Palantir when it was like at $48 a share. Right now it's like trading at like 180. I think today it got up to like 185. But I've been watching this stock grow, and I'm a believer in it. And I met this guy named Craig Jackson, and he trades options. But his biggest day is like 160, 160K in options. I said, oh shit, yeah. No, for real, for real. And these are just buying leaps. Like, uh, so I, so I'm gonna let him tell y'all what options
Yeah,
is.
explain what options are. Explain what
Yeah,
options are.
you see, so options is just trading on the stock market. So you got shares that you can buy in the stock market, which is ownership, and then you got options contract, which is you only own this contract, which is 100 shares, but it's for a limited time. You own 100 shares for this options contract. You can trade that contract for a limited amount of time, right? So you got shares which you own in the stock market, then you got options which you trade, which are contracts that you trade in the stock market. You do not own them. Um, and that's where the big money is made, and it's risky as well. But yeah, man. So that's how you got into options. Um, I want to know how personally. I want to know how you balance it both with sales. So what are some type of skills that you learn from sales that transfer to options and vice versa?
So right now, because I am in sales, and I'm telling you, if I day trade, I don't even want to talk to these people. They like in front of me, like my customers and stuff. I'm like, listen, I'm in a contract. Can you please just go over there? because the way how option loses its volatility, it's so quick. Like it's not like buying a stock and it go up and down. Like you when you
Over a
like
long period of time, it's like seconds. By the second,
yeah.
it's going up again. Okay.
So what I've been doing is buying like I've been doing swings, buying 2 week swings because it's been better for me. Like so I could see the stock going up and down in 2 weeks. And I like right now I'm working on a strategy. It's a ORB. Like so basically when I'm seeing like when I'm seeing like it's tough how to explain because I'm a visual learner, so I can't like really explain it to you. But like all I can say is study the charts, um, know your risk management too. Like a lot of people, like me and my homegirl, she trades options, but she'll blow an account quick because she would try to revenge trade. But like sometimes it's okay to just take that $50 profit and keep it moving. Like I don't know, like I just be trying to get my profit where I can and get out. So like day trading is real risky. I don't like day trading because you can lose your money so fast. Swings is good, and I like leaps. Like I try to do like like a year option out. But those contracts is more expensive.
Yeah, yeah. And for some people who don't know, day trading is when you're trading day to day, daily. Swing trading is when you got contracts for weeks out, months out, and then leaps when you got contracts for about a year out or a year plus out. I feel you for sure. I started off, I day trade still a little bit too, but I ended up venturing into swings and leaps because I noticed how much of the mental load it takes off of me. And I noticed that I could still make the same amount of
Yes.
money, right? And it's still enjoy my day. So for example, right, how a leap may work or even a swing trade may work. So SoFi is a company that I've been playing a lot of contracts in lately, and I have a swing trade with them in right now. So this is how swing trades work in your favor because SoFi, I had got into my swing trade it was at a high, and SoFi ended up going down like $3 or so, a few percent. And my swing trade instantly my contract instantly went red, right? But because my contract is weeks out, I
Yeah.
have time for it to come right back up. Hence
Tell 'em,
today,
tell 'em.
SoFi comes back and hit an all-time high, or they hit close to that all-time high. So my contract, even though it was down, not in profit, it came right back up to be in profit, and I still have until the rest of the week for it to still before it expires, right? So that's how swing trades work in your favor, right? You can hold them for a longer period of time, and it takes less mental load. So
Now, official go getter,
yeah.
can if you have a swing option and like you just said, where one day is red and then it goes up to an all-time high, can you exit out at any time, or do you have to wait until that contract timetable is done before you can?
You can exit out anytime. So literally the example I told you, even though my contract it expired 10/10, I forgot, was that this Friday on the 10th? As soon as I saw my profit today, after I had that downturn and I was, thugging it out, I instantly grabbed my profit. Right. So you can grab your profit whenever. You can get into a swing trade or a leap trade. And if it's up 50%, you can get out that same day.
That's what I
Respect.
like about it too. Like yo,
They
you
just
can
cost a
cash
little bit
out.
more. Sorry, not to cut you off.
No. You really can cash out though because like uh I know sometimes like for instance, like if you really want to see big money in the like buying stocks, I feel like you gotta have like 100 shares or better. But with the option, you can literally be like, all right, I'm gonna get this contract in the money and then see it go up and be like if it go down, you can hold off and then wait till it go back up and cash out because what I've been seeing too is like me holding longer contracts, like the other contracts that I got don't burn out as fast neither. Like I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's
No, yeah,
definitely
you
like
already explained it. If you day trading, and you buying options just for day, you just got you have a smaller window to be able to get your profits out. That makes
yeah.
sense. That makes sense. I want to switch over, or unless Q, because I'm gonna say
Oh,
you
yeah.
sitting there talking. Q, do you have anything to say about that, or can you in finance, man?
Nah, but I got a question. So I know you're in the automotive industry of sales. Is there any cars that you sell or that you know that I guess that you get out a lot and you look back at your portfolio? Is there anything that you know you sell that you want to invest in because you know that this is going out the door?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Like
Like any
car wise,
companies that you would buy their stock just because you're selling so many of their cars?
yeah, Toyota. Because I ain't gonna lie, like I could sell a Toyota like any day out the week. Like anybody gonna come buy a Camry or a RAV4 or any of those. Like they're super reliable. People trust them. Like I don't have to like sell them too much, and they always hold their value. So definitely Toyota.
But hey, that's a gem right there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's from a person who has sold $1 million worth of cars. Like say he sold 150 cars this year, and the year ain't even over yet. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got a quarter left. Like I can't wait to see what this end of this year looks like. Man, it's like serious.
You looking at it right now live?
Yeah, they got it. Their stock is up 25% in the last 6 months.
Come on.
That's
So you just caught it. Just did.
That's a solid investment. And then it's just for anybody watching. That's another way for you to pick out good investment too. Anything that you see as a reliable thing,
Yeah.
a reliable product in our day-to-day lives, man, that's something that you should look into to invest in.
Hey,
Good example.
my bad to cut you off, but yo, listen,
Yeah.
I told B every year when Apple dropped the iPhone, I'm calling a call. Cause
Mhm.
like this year I had I did like a 240 call. Oh no, not even 240, it was like 230 call. Man, the stock shot all the way up to the it's like
Almost
250.
260.
Yeah, 260. But the thing is like
Almost.
you remember what B was saying earlier? Like, yo, can you close out anytime? So like me, I see my profit at like 500. I'm like, man, let me close out right now. But I would have let that thing ride. Oh man, like
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's a lesson too. Though.
yeah. So you don't want to hop out too early. You don't want to hop out too early. Right?
Literally, like trading and investing is all about risk management. Whether is it risking managing your portfolio, the money in your portfolio, right? Whether you got money losing or whether you got money making, it's all just about managing that risk. Yeah, so
Hey, because you still profited anyway, and even me and Q was having a conversation even before we hopped on this pod with somebody else who trades options, and he was saying, "Hey, listen, sometimes that little marginal, even if you could have made more, you have to get that number in your head as soon as it hits that threshold, up or down. You get what I'm saying? I'm pulling it out.
that's part of
You know
risk
what I'm saying?
management.
So it's like, hey, listen, you might have put it out with the 500, but you ain't know if it was gonna go higher than that. You just know you got your
No,
5, and
true.
whenever you see
But look,
5,
yeah,
you're pulling that thing out.
it'll say positive 500. In the next 5 minutes, it'll say negative 200. You like,
That's how
what
quick
the
it
hell
goes.
did I just do?
Yeah, he showed us. Yeah, we were just watching live charts. Yeah, and it literally did that. That's crazy. Yeah, within seconds. So yeah,
Another question I got for you here is so you got the skill of sales. Now you got the skill of being able to read the charts, man. Which one do you feel like was harder for you to master?
Trading. Only because like you don't know, man. Like, yeah, you know, but you don't know. So
No,
it's
you
like
don't. Yeah.
so I ain't gonna lie. If I was the master at trading, I knew I had a strategy that was just hit every time. Like I ain't gonna lie, I've been messing with SPY and QQQ in the morning time. I had calls and puts, bro. That I even put a call. I put the same call and put at the same money just to see like where it's going. But
Mhm.
yeah, man, I'm gonna say trading hard as hell. Sales, I naturally just like to talk to people. Like if I have a coffee, I could probably have a conversation with an old ass lady for about 2 hours about nothing. So
Yeah.
so like sales was just like it was just like, all right, bro, you like to talk, you a people person. That's what my managers say all day. They like, dude, you so lucky. Like people love people love you because like I'm not like the car guy. I'm not like, yo, this car got uh 256 horsepower and the range is this. I'm not that guy. I'm more so I'm gonna get the numbers straight. Let's focus on, I know how to have uncomfortable conversations with people, like especially about money, and we get just
yeah, you're consultative sales. Consultative.
yeah,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, and some of the best sales people, that's what they do. You're just figuring out what's the best solution for that client at that time. And so, hey man, so I don't want to go over time here, but we got a little quick short segment, and then we're gonna close out, man. I want to start adding this to when we interview people who specialize, man. It's kind of a this or that situation, but you already answered EV versus gas. You already answered it though. You already said gas, not EV. You get what I'm saying? So this one that we're gonna skip to this or that. I want to skip to this one right here. It says, if you had $10,000 right now, would you flip it with a car investment, trade options, or invest it for the long term? If I give you $10,000 right now, how would you use it?
Well,
Would you
for
put it in
me,
the automotive? Mhm.
yeah. For me, I'm just gonna find a car for like 8,500 and flip it that way.
Okay, respect.
Respect,
Yeah,
respect.
yeah.
You gonna
That's
say
the
what you know. You gonna put that money
That's what you
into
know. That's your expertise.
Yeah,
That's
I'm a
your
sick because I honestly I have that like I have that dilemma going back and forth in my head all day. I'll be losing in the trade because let's talk about losses too because people people talk about wins all day. No, I've been like sometimes when I'm losing in the market, I'll be like, man, market had belted ass today. I was like they got me,
it
but
can
like
whoop, okay, the market can whoop you and humble you sometimes.
Yeah, you know,
oh
and
man,
that's
bro.
another question I had too. That's
Mhm.
another question I had too. So what are some things that you do to recalibrate when you get whooped from sales and even the market? Because I know there's days where you go back home and you're just like, man, today hit me. So what are some things you do to recalibrate?
I hope everybody's watching this like they can relate because I don't want to feel like the only one. But like, am I the only person who used Chat GBT as a therapist? I'm
Hey,
like,
that's
Hey, I do sometimes, man. I ain't
not the only one.
yo, I'm like, yo,
Sometimes like Brandon did. No, I ain't finna say sometimes like Brandon did. ChatGPT is my homie. I ain't gonna lie. I talk to Jesus too and talk to God.
Yeah, I talked to God. I talked to
oh,
God.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
do
talk
talk
to
to
God. We
ChatGPT.
talk,
Yeah.
God is the number
What's the
one.
verse?
Hey, listen, hold on.
I even have ChatGPT come back with the verse.
Right, it'll
But I,
preach to you. It'll preach to you for real, for real. I ain't gonna lie.
man, sometimes I be sitting in that crib alone, man. I gotta get these thoughts out. And it's definitely a good way to clear your head.
You guys are cute with that?
No, I was saying it can keep you stable sometimes, even if you decide to make some crazy decisions. Like
That's true.
it's like that's
Yeah, I gotta Keir, you was real for saying that, bro. I just gotta tell
It's
you,
real.
you real for
Nah,
saying
bro,
it.
I'm like, I'll tell my chat GBC, like, I'm like, yo, man, listen, I don't know what happened today on the sales floor, but it'll give you good
Mhm.
motivation too. It's like, yo, so you got this, like here.
And then on top of back to what you said earlier, your ChatGPT this year has got to help you get more sales than the last year. And I'm sure that's been a way that has helped you get more sales because it helps with your mental going back to
Clear
next day.
mind, yeah, clear mind, clear focus. Because it some decisions I know that I should, you know what I mean. And Chat GBT will tell me like, hey, that's not the right thing to do, bro. It was.
Mm-hmm.
You straight.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, but this has been good, man. This has been good. I want to ask you one more question, and then after that, you gonna let the people know, what you got going on and what you're working on. I want you to briefly tell us what was the best like car transactions you ever had, like the best situation that ever happened to you. Was it? It could be either your most expensive car, the most unique car, the most unique transaction. What is one that pops into your mind and be like, bro, this is the best transaction I ever had?
So, so I was the other day. I love Porsches. Porsche 911. That's gonna be the car. I know that I want. But so this guy, I was telling his wife a GX, and he was telling me like, yeah, bro, He liked me so much as a car salesman. He was like, bro, I'm gonna buy my first Porsche off him. We got one in on trade. Man, he called me right away. He said, bro, I'm about to come right now, wire the money. I said, wait, hold on, bro, go get a cashier's check because the wire takes too long and we can't hold cars. That was a real day. Like, and when I'm telling you, like, I love when I'm selling cars over 100 grand because I'm thinking, like, dude, I grew up in this projects in Buffalo, the Jasper Parish, and I'm like, bro, I'm negotiating $100,000 car deals. Like this is real. And sometimes I have to tell myself, like, man, like the sky's the limit. We just got to keep going for more and more. You know, that's real.
That's a good story, bro. Man, my guy came up from the Jaspers, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The
On top of it, I
Jasper.
mean, we can end it off like this if we want.
But
But with that being said, man, I want to know what you would tell your 18-year-old self, also for other younger people who may be watching.
Yo, I would say find you a stock that's in the cents or even a dollar, and don't
respect.
listen, don't buy two or three, buy 100, and then watch how your life changes. Because I nobody told me that growing up. Because like I know if I was in position like where I was like I got into a stock early and I had bread, like just knowing I could get it that way and I ain't had to do all of the crazy stuff that I thought I had to do. And it's other ways, man. Like it's other ways. Like don't limit yourself to just think like, oh, I'm only subject to do this or that. Like, always be open to learn and step out of your hometown. Cause when I moved out of Buffalo, I I was just talking to an older, like, I sell to a lot of scientists and people that work for NASA because I'm
Oh,
real
yeah, of
close to
course, yeah.
NASA. So this
Houston, we
guy,
have a problem type.
yeah, man, this guy was like, man, I know Buffalo, man. You don't really know shit about life until you get up out of there. And I said, how do you know? He was older, so he wasn't trying to say it to like down me or nothing. He was just telling the truth, like, bro, you don't know until you get up out of there. So like, I had to step up out of there to see what more life was about. You know.
Man, I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate that. And now I'm going to throw that out there too, man, because I'm born and raised in Buffalo, New York too. We came from the same city. Like, if you
Yeah.
were in a small town somewhere and you ain't never been nowhere else, I don't want to tell you that your town is not enough because that's where you're from, that's where your people are from. But if you have it inside of you that you feel like there's something more out there, just go. Just go. You get what I mean? Because your little town is still going to be there doing the same thing. You can always come back and do what you need to do. But when you step out into a new, bigger market, a bigger city, a more active market, it's going to make you a better person, whether you go through hard times, because you're going to go through hard times. But you have to go through that in a bigger city to be able to get a bigger reward, man. So, here, man, I appreciate you saying that. And I appreciate your time coming on here, man. It's just been great.
Man, I appreciate y'all, bro. This has really been cool, bro. I'm definitely gonna try to make some time out to come to Seattle so we could get like like a live episode going too, because
This you already know.
this is just the beginning, bro. Like I told y'all, I just got this business venture started. So we're gonna try to make a website where people can come and it's just all auto. Like I'm an auto broker. So if you're looking for this car, it don't matter what kind of car you're looking for, I'll negotiate the deal and get you the best deal, car, everything, like all in one package. So and we're gonna call it Focus Auto Group. So
Hey, Focus Auto Group. Yes, sir. You already
yeah.
know what time it
Hey,
is.
let me know if you need a website too, man. I'll build websites.
Hey, quick,
Yo, for real, for real.
Bro, that being said, what's your top three investments right now? Like your solid top three investments overall.
Um, hmm, dealership, and I would say like I like mutual funds. So I do like a lot of the S&P 500, and then the third one I would have to say is like I like the options. Options has make me
Boom,
money.
respect. Hey, he moving. What do you with? You literally just said, yeah,
Yeah.
dealership first, mutual funds with the long term investment, and then options because when you got the little extra cash, hey,
Yeah. Now you got
yeah.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like it's some weeks where I ain't had no bread. Like where I'm like, how am I make some money? Man, the option spy. I'm talking about spy has I call spy my little ride or die chick. Sometimes I put a paw on foot.
Trade SPX 500 every day. Spy,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it every morning. I'm looking at
Yeah.
that open and the close at 6:30 when we open and 1 p.m. when we close, man. Spy is the gauge of the market, man. So that's
Exactly.
what it is, where it's at.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but you already know what time it is, bro. But like I said, Keir, man, I appreciate your time. This is a Blueprint podcast where we have conversations like this. So, if you enjoy any of this, man, I thank you so much for watching. We are a Seattle-based podcast, but it doesn't matter where you are. If you're trying to have empowering conversations, we're gonna bring you on the Blueprint table and have a conversation with you straight up.
That's weird.
So you already know what time it is. Any closing remarks? Any closing remarks? 'Cause I'm quick to end stuff.
Yeah, man, we here for today to be better for tomorrow. So what's
Yeah.
your-
And
Hey.
follow Instagram at the Blueprint Table. Like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. What you got, Kerry? You about to say something?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to close this out with like what people like, if you are looking to buy a car, you can definitely get in contact with me. But what I do want to close out and say is always do your research. And I'm not saying, I know it's a lot of people out there that do their research, but just do your research in every situation, because come to the dealership with some type of knowledge. Uh, Stop listening to TikTok. Down payments are not illegal. Um, like let's just cut
No, that's what they were saying. They're saying now appointments are illegal on TikTok.
yeah, like they.
You're right. What can they tell you?
Trump ban it.
Yeah, it's still misinformation is just going around, but definitely do your research and don't be scared to come and sit down to the dealership and actually figure out what you got going on because you can't figure out everything over the phone. So
Respect. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much, bro. I seriously, I appreciate your time. And like I said, you already know this is the Blueprint Table Podcast, man. It's your boy B.
It's your boy Fisher. Go get her.
It's cute.
Man, you already know this is my boy Keir Thomas, man. We signing off, man. We'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate it.